Hello there, everyone. Alright. You know what? Let's get the music on. Alright. Actually, let's go for this. I don't think I've heard this one yet. Don't know if it's good, bad, or ugly. Okay, I just spent all that, like, intro sequence loading up Tammin. Get on there, and I realised that I'm 7th in my Fleet Arena shard, so it's like, I don't need to do anything there yet. At least not for another 16 minutes, so I'm like, you know what? We'll do Crimson. Yeah, I'm not the master of stalling. Wolf is. I think that's like the definitive theory on Twitch. But yeah, I can stall if I need to. But yeah, from what I've seen of it, we need Lord Vader or Raver. I've got neither, so yeah, I may as well just bury my head in a bowl of water. Let's go here. Ooh, I've got goodies. I didn't think I'd get any more of these today. Ooh. Ooh, my camera's out of place, hang on. I'm a Gundai. What a name. I knew this was going to happen as soon as I pressed it. Yeah, we're okay. Alright, back to the game. But that 100 chip energy is brilliant. We get a few Gungan shards on top of what we're doing normally anyway. Yeah, 50 normal energy, that's not bad. And I get 2 Atar pulls, which is shard shop currency. Alright, what can we waste this on? I think I've actually got pretty much everything for the... Yeah. Oh, that was it, I remember. Here we go. Yeah, I need to use a little bit of this. You haven't hit the 110 crate yet? Is that the raid? I'm trying to think what crates we might be talking about here. For reference, you tried Sea Bane for undersize and you could... Oh, for the GC. Honestly, I hadn't even thought about, like, actually counting it for that. You tried Sea Bane for undersize and you got destroyed. It just shows how annoying they are. Well, I can't really say I've got a clean idea of how to do this. I mean... Can I actually get a later box up just to check? Here we go. Yeah, I'm 5 omnis away, so it's like, I've got no Raver and no Lord Vader, so I think we might be struggling with clean, but if you've got anything that doesn't involve them, I'm all ears. Hello there, by the way, Riff Vader and Essex. I don't know why then, I thought one of them was advantage. Like, gain advantage X amount of times. That would have been an interesting one. Okay, well, this is where I don't like the PC client. I go on Discord and it shuts it down. It's like, really? Let's see. Charlie's Emp strat above. The only thing Charlie put was a Lord Vader strat. I think. Hello, Raven. How you doing? Yeah, the GC's under discussion. JML works for everything but Empire. JMK works for everything but Empire. Inks work for Empire. Okay. Right. I haven't tried GI. Oh, hang on, sorry, correction. I did try GI on my main. I haven't tried it on my free-to-play. Can you tell I was doing this last night, by the way? Go on, let's just throw Master Luke at it. Actually, no, we'll do Kenobi. Kenobi's probably just that little bit safer. 1, 2... I've got no idea if I'm being smart picking these ones, but it's a normal JMK team. I think some... Oh yeah, oh, sorry, I've read that. Okay. Let's just give it a go. If anything, it'll get out of turn attacks if we win it. Okay. I didn't even check the feats. I was like, I know it's Empire, I know there's... Well, actually that was bad, I knew it was Empire. Okay, so that's not bad, we can just go do that. Oh, really? Okay, maybe I go and do that. Oh, definitely not trolling us. So I need to pass the turn, don't I? And then let's just try and... Actually, saying that they've got the death mark, haven't they? So we can't get it. Alright, GK's nearly dead. Okay, Ahsoka's dead. It feels it, Raven, it feels it. Yeah. I mean, that is pretty bonkers. By the way, the actual Omni isn't there, but is it there? Like, have they just not given us the indicator it is? I think if there was a reason JMK's safer, it's just the fact that we... Sorry, JML's safer, it's the fact that we can deal true damage. I mean, how much foresight have these lot got? Well, sorry, not foresight, dodge chance. There we go. Yeah, we didn't get it. Is it because I didn't actually damage a Gungan? Yeah, I think we gotta go for the JML comp. I'll lose my rag too easily carrying on with that. Jedi... Yeah. Okay. I've got gas here for now. Let's just see how badly that goes. I'm guessing they're immune to... Oh no, they aren't immune to stun, okay. That surprised me. Okay, so we can't ignore taunt, obviously, so let's just make sure we're building up this. Let's pass that to Raven. And might as well go to gas. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, hang on. There you go. Yeah. This is honestly one where I could just honestly not do it. Yeah, I am not even wasting my time on it. That's just like full tilt. Right. Stealth Walker. Yeah, sadly. Oh, I need armies, but how I view it, that's just an absolute P-take. Maybe. I don't think speed's the issue though, Raven. Well, at least just based on that, you know, I felt like they weren't massively outpacing me. You've just got no way of getting the death mark on one of your units who can actually, you know, just tank it essentially. So yeah, it just becomes a bit weird because then you're suddenly being forced to hit one of the Gungans who essentially you can't really hit because they've got the shield. It's like a complete troll GC. Like I say, I'm sure there are ways of doing it, I'm just not stressing about it right now. I mean, I can give it another go with Hoda. Alright, base it. Yeah, I think that might be where my problem is. Alright, let's just get rid of that. No luck? Alright. Yeah, just do that. I mean, I found the last one a little bit annoying because I got I got the Ewoks on my free-to-play, obviously, and I just found it irritating that it took me about 5 minutes just to kill CLS. You know, I get the idea they want to put a challenge in so they get modifiers that are interesting or maybe conflict with what the planet is, but that one just felt like, alright, we're going to make CLS absolutely tanky as all heck, and we're going to make it so that you have to kill him with the weakest hitting faction in the game. And again, I like Ewoks, but they are not heavy hitters. Yeah, just pass it in. Yeah, I haven't had time check bit today, otherwise I would have been on it. He's definitely worth a look. Hey up, the artist formerly known as Angels, how you doing? I mean, I did follow, I think it was Adriel who put the kill order down for the Ewoks last time, so, you know, I always have a look around, but it's just one of those where in general, I don't mither about it that much. I mean, I forgot to do the Ewoks on my main. And I am in need of armies there, but I'm in need of armies everywhere, but yeah, I just forgot. Now I've got Leia there, so I've got Relic Ewoks, just not all of them. Although saying that, I found it challenging, even with a full team of Relic 7 Ewoks. I can't say that a Gear 12 Paplu would have had a lot of fun. Go on, we'll use it. Cheers. What time are we on? 2 minutes to 3, so it's nearly payout in. Oh, sorry, it's nearly my payout hour in fleet. So I can start making some moves on Temin as well. Ooh, that was absolutely the wrong move. Can't be the first time someone's gone for the wrong Ahsoka. Alright, stop posing, let me have a go. Hey up, Osprey, how you doing? Yeah, I mean, like I said, I kind of get it. Sometimes I've seen them and I thought, okay, this is a challenge, but I can see how you're meant to do it. And then some you just think, alright, you've quite literally turned the numbers up a bit. You know, like, I go back to CLS, that was just absolutely crazy how thick CLS was. There's a challenge and there's that. Because once you got Chewie out and it was kind of like everyone else was under some level of control, it's fine. But CLS was getting that much turn meter, or that much, he had that much speed anyway to begin with. And his health and protection pool was massive. So I remember I got it down to, I think it was, that was it. I think I got 3PO and Chewie. Yeah, 3PO and Chewie was still there. Han had got 15 dots and in the red, so he was dead. He was just waiting to go. But it took about 3 minutes to kill them two because CLS just kept taking turns and I wasn't able to actually get a turn in to let Han take a turn and die. It's just absolutely mental. I know, I think we might have got a teaser of that, to be fair. Again, I'm not bemoaning a challenge, right? It's just, you do look and you think, really, is this a challenge or is this you just basically saying, right, we want you to spend a good 10 minutes in the game today? Because I can believe it's a bit of that as far as retention numbers, especially when it's a week when there isn't Conquest. Got the Gungan Star 5, nice one. I got my Boss Nass on my main to 6-star. My Phalanx and my Bombardier 5-star. So I'm hoping I can make a nice bit of progress on Bombardier, hopefully 6-star. Doubt Phalanx will get that far, but yeah, I'll keep going. Alright, here's Oda. Kit with the resub, thank you very much. 31 months. Much appreciated, Kit. Alright. Can I just use that? There we go. Yeah, I was trying JMK and it wasn't really feeling good. It could be a each to their own kind of thing. Let's pass that to Hoda so we've got a chance of getting the move back again soonish. Alright, not fun. Yeah. I think that's my issue right now, getting the shield down. Yeah. I'm feeling in a very easily tilted mood today. I haven't planned my GACs, but I've looked at what we're potentially going to be facing. So, on paper, we've got a good chance. Right now, my main concern is my head. And say I've been in a grumpy mood today, if I'm going to be frank. Quite literally, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed, it feels. Have you ever had someone come to your house to do a job, but they give you like a long waiting time? We had that. So we were told someone would be coming to inspect the gas boilers between 8 AM and 6 PM. Now, thankfully they've been, so that bit is actually all under control. But the tilting bit for me is just that initial bit where I'm waking up and thinking, I am getting up early by my standards anyway, for someone who might not be here until early evening. And that for me is a pee take. I'm like, not happy. So that already got me in a grumpy mood to kick off the day, and then add in like 3 or 4 cups of coffee I've had, just trying to keep myself ticking over. I am wound. I'm trying to stay in as good spirit as I can. Yeah, just by the by, Essex, I am really envious of those who got Raver. As far as this GC anyway, I mean, it's like... just being able to cope with that death mark, I think, is the clincher. Well, that and actually having a way of keeping your allies around, as we just saw one AoE and poof! Yeah, exactly. It might as well just say that. I mean... like I say, I'm grateful that they came early. You know, it was about, 11, 12 they came. So, it wasn't, like, ridiculously late. You know, it's like they've just been. But, it's frustrating. You know, I mean, I also think about people who work. You know, like, we were just using an example, me and my mum, saying our neighbours, they both work. And no one else in the house, so they'd have to get someone to house sit. You know, and that isn't good. You don't want someone house sitting for 10 hours. Well, not full 10 hours, but for the majority of the day. Adding that tomorrow, we've got someone coming round as well. They are inspecting the house. It's from, like, the Housing Association. And in the... what year did I move here? 2002, so the 22 years I've lived here, I don't recall that happening. I'm sure it has, and maybe I've been early on at school and university or work, but yeah, it's the first time I've ever seen it. And that's another one of these long waits, and I'm like, really? Sometimes you just think people are winding you up. It's alright, I'm turning this into a therapy session. Let's do a basic. And get rid of that. I wish I could see my ult charge. Yeah, I think you just got to stick on the bomb and just start breaking it down a bit. Ooh, we nearly died. I mean, that could be it. Oh no. Yeah, they've won. Oh, you know, I actually I went on like Facebook Messenger around my birthday. You know, I was like, okay, people are messaging me there, so I'll just check it out. And Chris, who's on here sometimes, I actually nicknamed him Therapist Chris, just for the fact that I felt like I was constantly sort of ranting about things to him at one point. Thankfully, I feel like I got out of that a little. Alright, retreat. The battle is lost. Can I get blue stacks open? Or loaded? I'm looking forward to, just going back to this, but I'm looking forward to the Gungans as far as having them, using them, etc. It'll be interesting. If she was Empire, it might. You know, considering she worked for Lord Vader, not Lord Vader, Darth Vader. Bleeding hell. Considering she worked for Darth Vader, I'm surprised that they didn't give her the Empire tag, even if the droids then didn't get it. Might have just been one of them soft ones they could have given where it's not really got any synergy, but you could just throw her in there. Maybe she'd be too powerful with Palpatine. Or Lord Vader for that matter. Alright, I think Neoda's got to be the one who we go for. Don't like hitting them because I think they haven't got Leviathan. But yeah, needs must a little bit. That is one of the more tilting things for sure. Although someone hitting me in my Tamron shard is quite odd. I am assuming it's one of these two because they aren't in the shard. Okay. Let's just see if we get a ping on here. By the way, I've got to laugh at this. Obviously, stream mode's on. It's saying all the usernames have been truncated. And yet, Lan here, he's just got that many names that it basically says we're not even going to try with that one. Oh, it is a bit of fun. But yeah, I don't think I was wrong. I mean, I was saying that Marker might have been technically the better one, but they've only just had the payout. No real benefit for going for Hubble either. I'm not surprised Mags 2. So yeah, I think going 3-1 is probably the best one. No changes. Looks like I'm in. Yeah, didn't bounce me out. I need to see the ad breaks more clearly. You know what, right? This battle can wait a minute. This is what I'm going to do. There we go. And I'm just going to try and squeeze this along a bit. Squeeze this along. There we go. Just squeeze all the things I don't really need along. That I don't need. There we go, that looks alright on my side. And I can see the ad in progress now. It's like a bugbear that I keep missing the ads for you guys. Alright, stun this dude, I guess. Well, there's got to be more of us. That reminds me, I could do with a favour from anyone who's got the PC client. Essentially, I want to try and, just for my own amusement more than anything right now, I want to try and do something with some graphics, or sort of graphics. And I could do with images of galactic legends, and essentially the things I put on my little screens, I could do with some video clips of them, active and not active. So essentially, I can do a few of them when they're unactive, like Lord Vader, I don't have it. But because of that, I can't do Lord Vader because I haven't got him, if that makes sense. I really need to explain that clear, I think. Essentially, I could do with video clips of, like, the character screens. There we go, I got there in the end. I mean, right now, it's just a little idea I've got brewing, but tell me to tweak things a little bit. By the by, the only reason I said PC client is it's, you know, good. It really should be good graphics, you know. Better than, like, say, low polys on the phone kind of thing. There we go. How long has it taken? If you count when I started on YouTube doing Hitman 2018, I had to count then. Yeah, I say Hitman. It wasn't just Hitman, but I did start with that. Yeah, I was doing Hitman videos for like a year or so. Yeah, Hitman's a great game. Even now, I was thinking to myself earlier, I should like do something with it again. As far as I've got my Let's Play channel, which I haven't done anything with for a few months at this point. But yeah, yeah, exactly. I love them. You know, if anything, I haven't really played the older ones, so I need to give them more of a go. To be honest, I've got Blood Money and Absolution on my PC, but I'm trying to work my way backwards, and Absolution's a bit of a hump to get over. At least for someone who got into it via the new ones. There might be one day. I mean, they're going to do the 007 game, and when that comes out, maybe they'll try and split focus, try and get 47 and Bond working at the same time. Maybe. At the very least, they might just keep doing little additive things where they just put new things into World of Assassination. But yeah, just as far as like the actual way my channel went, I was doing that. I did like Battlefront 2 streams and FIFA streams, and I think I did Fallout 4 as well. So, you know, I was trying to do other things on the channel, but primarily Hitman stuck around. Then there was just a point when it was like, well, what am I doing now? So I started doing Galaxy of Heroes, and yeah, I eventually ended up on Twitch. I don't think they've actually said no more, but I think the wording, or the way they worded it, was along the lines of we're going to put him on rest for a bit. You know, we're not going to focus on him for right now. And I'm thinking that kind of implies it's not like they've said there won't be any more, but that they're not planning on it. It's not like they've got an active story development going or anything like that. It's just we're going to work on some other things, and then when we're ready, when we've got something we want to do, we'll bring it back out. I mean, I think that's actually a good way to go about it, to be honest. I think it was in Wolf's chat the other day, and I kind of felt a bit odd afterwards. Someone was asking about a microphone, and they said, like, what's a good starting microphone? And I basically said what my starting one was, which is a Blue Yeti. And they were like, that isn't a cheap one. And they aren't wrong. I actually was able to just afford it because I got some credit on it, essentially. But I don't regret it, because it's like, it was a decent starting mic, and I think it made me feel confident in front of the microphone, which I think is a big thing. You know, if you've got a good mic, then people can hear you clearly, and it means that you're not having that awkwardness of, oh, why's your mic sound funny, oh, I can't hear you, you know, and all those kind of things. Not everyone's like that, but you do get the occasional person, especially when you're just starting out. I don't necessarily agree on that, Pen. I'm not saying you're wrong or anything, but I feel like for myself, it's like, let me just think off the top of my head, what is popular? Helldivers, is it? Helldivers 2? Like, that's pretty popular right now, so it's like if I wanted to try and be trendy, I could say, right, I've got Chris and mate who plays it, I'll start streaming it. But for me, that isn't a game that interests me, at least on paper. Maybe it's just I don't know enough about it, but let's just carry on as I am. So it's like, you don't want to sort of be playing something because it's trending. That's not something that you're really passionate about. It's like, I stream Marvel Snap, for instance. That, if you check the Twitch channel category for it, you'll see that has a lot of viewers compared to Swoggo. And I find that so sad as far as Galaxy of Heroes has got a very big brand behind it, yet it really is dwarfed by a Marvel game. And I do put that down a fair bit to the fact that they've really marketed it towards something like Twitch, where you have Twitch drops and you've got maybe a more friendly, well, not friendly, a more... It's probably a bit better for streaming in some ways, like you can just idly watch it. Whereas maybe this is a bit more you gotta be focused in on. I don't know, you guys may be better feeding back than I am there. But the point being, with all that, it's a game that I actually enjoyed streaming. But saying that, you still need an audience. I can't just hop on there and suddenly be like, oh yeah, I play Marvel Snap, this is my channel kind of thing. You kind of do have to have that audience with you for it. Exactly, yeah. I mean, GAC is the main thing I do because it's the main thing people want to watch. I mean, I'm sure there are people who don't mind a bit of Conquest or things like that. But you guys have seen me when I stream Conquest. I'm not usually riveted by it. So I think there is a bit of that, like people sort of see what your feelings are and it kind of bounces back a little. I feel like I'm running out of time here, but I'm not. I don't really know what Galaxy of Heroes could do to make a more streamer-friendly game mode. I mean, maybe this is what's coming up in the road ahead. We've got no idea. But I just don't think there is anything that is possibly more suitable than Grand Arena. It'd have to be something that you can literally do whenever you want, which is where it feels like it would be a sandbox mode, but I'd be amazed if they go down that road now. Either that or quickfire GACs, you haven't got to... you can just search for a GAC there and then kind of thing. But again, it doesn't scream to me something that they're thinking about. Don't mind Conquest GC, but you're never going to watch people completing dailies just moving mods. That I can understand. I have actually tried that in the past as far as doing like a mod stream, and a bit like you said, it can be a bit dry, especially if it's just Hot Utils or something. Again, people probably don't want to watch that. Hey up, Liam, I'm doing alright. Hope you're doing okay. Sandbox mode would be interesting. I'm not like crying out for it like a lot of people have been, but I think if it's done right, it would be a good thing. My concern is when I stopped playing Marvel Strike Force, they did bring in friendly PvP, and the way it was implemented was not nice. I didn't enjoy it. I mean, they had battle passes and all sorts connected to it, and I'm like, I know you could argue Conquest is our battle pass, but do you think that would stop them putting another one in? I'm just like, I really don't want that. It wasn't fun. I can't say anime is something that's ever really tickled my fancy. I mean, how do I phrase it? I've watched like little things, like maybe clips online, but that's probably the most. And I can't say I've even take note of them. It's just like maybe something in passing, like on a video kind of thing, like a passing video. Matthias, I love that. How you doing? It seems like they think just in money, not really in what the community wants. I mean, that really isn't my place to say, but I think sometimes actions speak louder than words. I think that's what you've got to think, and how I view it, there's always the possibility they'll change their mind. You know, I mean, you think Gungans weren't necessarily on anyone's radar, and suddenly we've got them. So it is certainly possible we get things we want, but yeah, there's got to be something in it for CG. And I respect that, you know, you can't just put time and effort into a mode that has no end profit for them. I feel like I'm being very cynical using the word profit, but I don't really know what other word to use. But yeah, it does feel like what goes in must come out. I'm not so sure about killing the game, but I think it would put it into a weird place. Potentially. Again, it all depends how it was done. If it was done right, done wrong. It's like me and my guildmates. I'm sure we'd all like to have a match against one another. But it's when it gets to a point where it's like, okay, you've now got to do this. But that's where I'd be concerned. And again, there's not a lot of benefit to doing it with no need to do it. Have I got this on? Yes, I have. I mean, my hope is that there's going to be something new coming soon. I mean, I've spoke about Marvel Snap, by the way. We haven't had a new game mode on that game for nearly a year now. And I'm getting a little antsy now with that, because it's like, the game itself was pretty fun, but when you're playing 2 game modes constantly, it does get a bit repetitive. So my hope is that that game does get something new in the next... Well, there's meant to be an announcement in a couple of days' time, I think. But with Swaggo, I think if it isn't a new game mode, it needs to be a revamp. I mean, TW needs revamping, in my opinion. And I wouldn't even be against GAC getting a little touch-up, just to adjust things a little bit. But I don't know. It all depends if it's on the radar, because I think we thought the last road ahead would have TW changes. Yeah, so if it was a sandbox mode, it'd be, think private servers. You know, it'd be trying things out with your guildmates or your allies rather than... well, that's the way I think we want it as a community, but again, Marvel Strike Force, I remember, did do it as a more wide thing, where it was like, okay, you can just have these friendly matches against random people, and... Or, sorry, it was live PvP, sorry, I've got that completely wrong in my head. It was live PvP against random people, and that was odd. I seem to remember at one point there was a thing where people were just going in, logging the battle and just quitting the game. Sorry, quitting the battle, because it was like, alright, like a squad arena battle, you know, you just go in, quick game, and you're out kind of thing, and you don't want that for a game mode. I think the question always is, what can you do? I mean, this is where I don't play enough of these types of games. I don't know what the competition is doing. But you'd imagine one of them has got an idea that is translatable to Swaggo. I'm not saying copy either, but, you know, there's always ideas you can sort of take inspiration from. And besides, I think a few games are copied off Swaggo, so it's not like our developers should feel guilty for looking at others. For a second, I thought it had the... No, it did have it, didn't it? It did have the insta-kill, but it wasted it there. Okay. It's a sign Mark 6 draws attacks him. But I didn't think it lose stacks if it hit Mark 6. Here we go. Yeah, I mean... I think you could argue Master Qui-Gon was a bit of that. If we're talking about like in-game stuff, if we're talking about like an actual new version of a game, Ooh, I really wouldn't like a Swaggo 2. Especially if you weren't allowed to transfer things. I remember there was a game I played before Swaggo on my mobile. I didn't play it anywhere near the level I do Swaggo. It was Marvel Avengers Alliance, I think it was. And it was basically a 3v3 game, turn-taking game, a bit like this. And yeah, it was alright. But then as soon as they brought out the second version of it, you couldn't really port things over. And I think that game lasted a month before both versions were killed. Although I think that might have also been around the same time that Disney started taking control of Marvel properties. So I don't know if that played a part. Yeah, Spyro, it's not necessarily about a negative point about it from our point of view, from the player's point of view. It's more about there isn't an easy way to generate income for the game itself. The only way you could really do it is if you put things that incentivize like refreshes, you know, and then there'd be enough. I mean, like, for argument's sake, just suppose Arnold wanted to like do his testing. You could get a guildmate to put something in, constantly spam things in this sandbox mode, and they'd be getting crystals that way. But again, I'm not entirely sure that's good. I mean, if anything as well, I suppose the question there is, what is the point of doing a sandbox mode when Arnold's doing that anyway? It's just that he could do it with a guildmate versus doing it against someone in Squad Arena. Hey, Baranya, how you doing? I mean, I know we're talking about this in general, but I feel like I did kind of miss a question to ask you guys. What do you actually think is the game mode that we need? Like, if you were to, like, let's say Meathead was in the chat right now. I don't know if he is or not, but just on the off chance he was, what would you say is the thing you want in this game right now? Because, I mean, I'm not saying something new, but I would like TW revitalizing a bit, but I can't actually think of anything that I'm like, we need this in Swaggo. I'm curious if there is anything you guys have seen in other games that you're like, this would be brilliant here. You know, if you could just get someone from the dev team to hear it. Alright, we've got to make sure we stealth for that. No chat on the bottom. I can do it. I can move my camera around like this. There we go. Fleet raid would be fun. I wouldn't be against a fleet raid. Just to mix things up, but are we actually at that point? And besides that, I'm not sure it would. A fleet raid would just be a raid, you know, so it wouldn't really be something new. It's just a new take on something. I mean, I could see it. Yeah, I think I misplayed here. Yeah. Cunning's got it set up so that it will always come in, and it's like, that's frustrating. Yeah, there's a bit of me that would like that, Osprey. I think it'd be nice if, say, the Sith Ray could come back, even if they upped the difficulty of it so that it was more relevant with relics. You know, I think it'd be cool if they found a way of doing that, but I don't know. It's probably something that's got more difficulty behind it. Okay, so I'm putting myself at the front and centre of this answer. GAC, it takes me about an hour to do each count. About an hour, sometimes less if I'm like, efficient. So, expand it. How long are we talking then? An hour and a half? You know, I know half an hour per account isn't like the biggest thing, but with then going up an hour for myself, you know, to me that isn't too enticing. Especially when you're then saying, alright, we've also got Conquest, we've got TB, we've got TW, you know, it's like, I kind of want less time in game, not more time. I think there's a valid point there. I mean, maybe as far as solo raids, maybe that would be a way of revitalising the old raid system, where we're now at a point where the original 3 raids, if you got Slacker, you could solo it. So what if they upped the difficulty of those raid bosses? A bit like Osprey said, make them rotating at featured, and then they each have their own rewards. You either can do the raid, get your solo rewards, or... Well, actually saying that, you would want to do it. You would, if it was a solo raid, you'd want to do the raid. You couldn't just skip it. So, I suppose they could do something with it like that, where you just get rewards for doing the solo raid, but they up the difficulty so it's... You know, Slacker can't easily solo it. I'm sure they could handle that. Yeah, I mean, again, for the record, I'm floating a question. This is just my answer. It's not necessarily other people. But, yeah, as far as new game modes, if we're talking about myself, if I'd want a new game mode, it'd be something that would essentially take strain off other game modes so they could have time in game reduced. That's my thought process. That way, the amount of time is probably about the same, hopefully a bit less. But the actual output from what we're getting is about the same, if that makes any sense. Yeah, and again, I don't think that'd be a bad thing as far as... I imagine... Yeah, I don't think Conquest will change too much. I think the needle's kind of set there, but it'd be nice if some of them were reduced a little bit. Yeah. It's where I do respect it's a challenge for him. I mean, I'm in a position that I've put myself in, so I do recognise that. But with 2 accounts, I find it more challenging than someone with 1. I know there are people out there with 3, 4, 5, or whatever number of accounts. They've got way more problems than I've got. But I can't help but have that problem in my head, because it's what I'm doing each day. But yeah, I can't say I'd want BCG trying to balance that. Because I doubt they'd have ults in mind. I'd be surprised anyway. I mean, new characters are the simple thing, but I don't know about anyone else. I think if that was all that we were ever going to get in Swaggo, I'd be a bit bored. Just a little bit. It's like being told that all you're going to get in life for the rest of your life is vanilla ice cream. Now, I love vanilla ice cream. You know, I've got a tub downstairs, I could probably eat a bit of that tonight. But if someone said to me, right, you are never going to eat anything else now, I'd probably be a bit sick of it. So that'll line into it. Variety is the spice of life. Need more things than just characters. The Naboo raid will at least freshen things up after we've had all these Endor raid months. I mean, you could argue the Endor raid actually spiced things up after we'd had the repetition of the Crate raid. So, in a way, you could argue that was a good thing. I mean, again, I'm not going to disagree. I think with the Endor raid, I found some enjoyment out of it as far as trying to get a high score. Yeah, to be honest, Mary J, I'm just waiting for 2 fleet battles. So we've got 1 minute 30 odd until I can go in. Yeah, that's the thing, I don't full auto Endor. I actually try and remodel a little bit, and I actually play them. But I can understand why you would full auto, it's got that vibe about it. You see, if you go down that road of custom GAC, that to me is more of a sandbox. You know, and I don't think they would... I don't think it'd be marketed as Grand Arena. I think it'd be more like another name for a sandbox. Just the idea of, okay, you can pick and choose what you want to do. It's a draft mode, arguably, isn't it? And, you know, again, I wouldn't be against something like that. It'd be a bit of fun. You know, even if it was like people, not people you know, but random people, it would still be a bit of fun if you're like, okay, I want to see what it's like playing without datacrons right now. It'd be pretty cool to know that you're not going to be able to use datacrons, but yeah, I don't really see much benefit to CG there. I mean, it is weird thinking about it like this, isn't it? You know, you could argue they could just do something out of the goodness of their hearts, as it were, to, I wouldn't say revitalise the game, because it's not doing bad, but to add a bit of spark to it, I guess. But when you don't need to do something, it's hard to justify it, I guess. I mean, again, I go back to Marvel Snap. It's one of the games I play a lot. They launched, I think, in October or November 2022. And I think it was a month or so after launch, they added friendly battles, which was essentially you both have access to a code. Once you both put the code in, you're able to have a match against one another. You know, and there's no profits in that for them. They just did it. You know, and I kind of hope that CG would lean that way at some point, but there's no indication they will. Plus, Snap was just launched, so they kind of wanted something to entice people, I guess, whereas, again, CG don't need to. Oh, by the way, we're about to have an outbreak. I didn't see it, I apologise. Yeah, I can kind of agree there. I mean, I say agree as far as it's a relief that we've asked for to a degree. Because when you think, they put out these, what are they called? Questionnaires for Conquest, say. And I know for myself, I was kind of like, when they were asking about the Premium Pass, I was like, if you put something in there that makes it easier or quicker to do Conquest, then it's more tempting to buy it. You know, because that was a truthful answer, you know. As much as I would like it if they just scrap Conquest, if you want the honest answer, it's more enticing to spend £30 if essentially it cuts the time down doing Conquest. And to the credit, they did it. They put the feet cheeses in, didn't they? So you look and you think, they obviously know how to monetize solutions. It's just a bummer when we actually asked for it. How about full GAC draft mode, say 80 random characters from your roster get picked at each round? I mean, again, it's a variation on a draft mode. Yeah, anything like that I think would be interesting. Oh, pardon me. Anything like that would be interesting. It certainly challenged me because, like, supposing like we're talking about top 8, random 80, sorry. I mean, I can only barely work with the tunes I've got, let alone suddenly I'm to have a random guess, if you like, about how to fit, say, a Gear 11 Barris into a JMK team. But, you know, that would be interesting as far as trying to solve problems. I had wondered if that was the solution to GAC, as far as you know, we've got these Titan teams because it's quite easy at the top of the tip of the spear of the game. It's quite easy, essentially, placing teams. So you look and you think, would that be the solution to essentially make it so that certain teams are restricted for certain periods? But again, that limits your roster. You know, it's like, what's the point in wailing on X, Y, Z if there's a chance that at some point I'm not going to be able to use it? It's an odd problem. At least if we're talking normal GAC here, if you're talking about a specialised game mode for it, then you go into it knowing what's going to happen. Sopper, hello there. How you doing? Alright, we've got one more battle to do. Take first, and we're good. You come back from college. Good day, man. Hey up, Darts. Oh, your little soundbite didn't play. I don't know why. I don't know where. I felt like I was doing an accent then when I wasn't. Good day, governor. 4 teams left to clear. Just for context, how's that? What's your board looking like then? Half clear, full, 3/4 clear, or nowhere near?
1,993.
We'll get right on it, Darts. Let's just wiggle. Perhaps. I mean, I think at this point where the roster's big, there's certainly a possibility something like that could happen. You know, I think if you'd have said that maybe 3-4 years ago, it would have been an easy flat no, but I think now is better. I mean, that's about all I can say, by the way. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just something I've never even looked at. I couldn't even tell you a thing about the franchise. But just in terms of the principle of draft mode, yeah, I think that's got some merit. Oh, I hope not. I just hope it isn't defensive expansion, because it just means we've got to do more on offense. The only way it would be sort of good is if you could buy on a team, like you could sort of point at one defensive team and say, right, I choose that to just nuke. I mean, I know you could argue that's Darth Bane, but... It is weird having a mentality at times of the game that you just don't want to play at. I get that when I'm talking. I think a little bit of it is alt fatigue. Starset with a resub, 23 months. Thank you, Starset. But yeah, we've been talking about what, just for Darts, for Sopper, for Starset, we're talking about like game modes and what they could do to just maybe spice up Swaggo. I wouldn't say to radically change it, because it's not like it's in a bad place at this moment in time, but just to spice it. Don't know if anyone's had any bright ideas. Utini pops up again. Please, for the love of Swaggo, take GAC scores away until the end of the round. Yeah, I would like that. I mean, I really don't like the idea that someone's essentially just waiting for me to attack. It just kind of feels like we're dancing. And the irony of that, Pen, is the fact that Datacrons are meant to shift that. Alright, 1993. Let's have a look what the book came up with. Ooh, okay. Not too far off this, it was June 1st. So, June 1st, Super Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back is released for Super Nintendo. Like its predecessor, it offers 12 megabits of action and advanced Mode 7 technology for its vehicular sequences. 12 megabits of action. Those were the heady days. Hey, nice one, Sopper. I think this is the thing that might be nice for CG to sort of try and work out. Can you find a way for the early game players to catch up faster without spending? Because... yeah, there's your intro, Darts. Yeah, sorry, that made me laugh. It just came out of nowhere this time. Oh, God, I forgot it completely there. Yeah, as far as like early game progression, it's like, say if I were to start a free-to-play alt again now, I'd be very wary about playing the game, just for the fact that it would take so long to get to level 85. You know, even with all the XP that they've started dumping into web store packs and all this kind of stuff, and the odd event that gives you like a free faction to begin with, it still feels like such a long way to get going. There's always a rush method, but it's the fact that even when you rush, by comparison to long game, it's slow. I mean, if we're talking about like, not, I feel like level 85 and what I've been saying, I feel like there is another problem in there. That maybe it is time that they thought about adding new levels as far as level 100. They could still keep the hyperdrive bundle at level 85. It gives you the access that you need for certain things, but maybe level 100 is just the natural progression. That means you don't need Relic 10 straight away. It's bump all stats up. I imagine 400 speed would be very common. Again, maybe it's just my own personal impression of it. Again, I'm thinking free-to-play friendly as well, just by the way. I'm not... if you wanted Battle Lightspeed bundle or a hyperdrive bundle, you can get to like 2 million GP quite easily. And I think MSF has kind of done a similar thing, so they've done a bit of that as well. I mean, that is something I would be really curious about. Like, say someone who hopped in when, is it the Bad Batch came out? Like the Bad Batch event? I'd like to know if someone started the game with that, who knows what they're doing, and how fast they've been able to progress free to play. I'd love to know that. So 100 quid for level 80s. So essentially it's only good early on. Like if you try and buy it when you've got a lot of experience, it's less in value compared to, say, the Hyperdrive bundle where at least you get good gear. Is that what I'm reading? Ah, okay. So you wouldn't even get something that's half decent. Yeah, that is a problem. Okay, I'm moving on the second round. We'll get into GA. First round, we're up against Giacoletto. We won. Last round, we're up against Deco. Barcelona football of old beat us. And then, yeah, we're up against Skygon Kenobish. This name rings a bell. I get the feeling they're on Twitch, not necessarily as a streamer, but they knock about in chats. So I don't know if it's just a name I'm familiar with or if it's just a name that I like, but it rings a bell. So yeah, interesting. Let's show you the compare. So where's my button for it? Here we go.
What's the situation?
Alright, so we've got 2 million on our opponent this time, so it's quite a big gap if we're being honest. We've got 73 Zetas on them. They've got the one extra Omicron, so for all intents and purposes, that's a couple of the GCs that I've forgotten to do or missed. So, fair play for Skygon, you remembered when I didn't. Total Relics, 184 to 163, so nice little leap there. Relic 5 Plus is 20 on them as well, so we're doing good. Datacron advantage, mod advantage, a lot of good things here, so we're taking them because I do think we need a little bit of help when it comes to the GLs. While it isn't a massive disadvantage, we have got a slight difference between us. So they do not have Luke and Leia. I do not have Lord Vader. I don't have Kenobi. I don't have C. So yeah, just a little bit awkward. As far as the high value targets, I've got Afra. They don't have Raver. I don't. We both have Taran, we both have Bane, we both have Cal, but neither of us have Bo-Katan Mandalore. And to wrap up ships, they do not have Leviathan, which was quite surprising, so we have another little advantage on them there. So we really could do with taking this one home. Alright, what's the board look like? Because they have attacked. Alright, Skygon, I'm just going to put this out here. I feel for you. I don't even know what you've done properly yet, and I have been in that board state. It is horrible to be in, so I'm just going to say that already. I feel bad for you, man. One on Lobot, one on Atbar, one on Rex, one on Dash, and one on Finn. So Executor was what tripped them. They took 2 on Negotiator. They took the Leviathan in 1 at least. I'm guessing they haven't got anything, otherwise they would have gone for it. Just make me think that maybe the back wall's a bit tougher. Ooh, 3 attempts on Rey. Okay. Oh, wow. My good God. Okay, so 3 holes there, which was very good, especially with Cat sort of filling in, but 3 on Leia, 6 on Rey Jedi Training. Ooh. Then Gas, 1 shot, and then Kira, 3. Yeah, I mean, again, I feel sorry for him. I mean, the Kira's done well this week. 2 holds, oh, sorry, 2 holds, but 2 rounds where she's held. So I'm really proud of that Kira team, really pulling up trees for me. But that really tore me asunder last week, so I put it down just to try it, and this is the first time I've really had a bit of reward for it. So yeah. I mean, if he does that, it'd be interesting considering you can't hack on defense. But I do feel bad for him. That was rough. It looks like your offense for this round. Come on, Kitty. Oh, okay. So we got Jabba, Fin Zori, Qui-Gon, Newt, and Lord Vader. I feel like opponents I'm facing are getting smart when it comes to Lord Vader. There was a point when Lord Vader always used to be something like, I don't know, Lord Vader, Ninth Sister, and Stormtrooper. You know, you'd have like a really tanky lineup. And it's as if people have just realised, hang on, Thrawn's not doing anything for me, let's throw a Thrawn with Lord Vader. And it totally makes sense, and a lot of them are placing Maul as well. It is the right thing to do, but it really gets me when I want to do something with what's her face, Fennec. Yeah, I mean that was one of my mentality star set as well. As far as if I do lose, I'm probably gonna have a good matchup at some point. So there's swings and roundabouts for sure. You had 10 losses on offense. Oh man. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying, Kit. Thrawn's just really being a big F you to the bounty hunters. You're 5-0 so far, so 5-1, yeah. I mean, saying that 5-0 is great. You've obviously got a positive win rate for the season, so GG's. No, he didn't attempt Exec. He did 2 on Negotiator, so I'm thinking he had 1 shit for each, and when he got to Exec, he just gave up. So we're facing Ray with the Raycron, we're facing Slacker with the Slackercron, Sia Malikos, we're facing Malgus, Revan and Malak, and Rex 5s. Okay. I've put that on screen, but we're not going straight to it. How accurate was it? I would say very accurate. Just 1 change needed. There we go. Shame I haven't got Sidious. I feel like I could do with putting a graphic on screen somewhere for when I'm doing Temin and when I'm doing Crimson, just so that people are like, what has he got, what hasn't he got? It's a shame. I'll have to see if there is some way of putting it on screen. Either that, or maybe I could do something where the bot will just reply for a bot will reply for me and say he doesn't have Sidious. Oh, sorry, it makes me laugh too, Max. Aran, you got 3-0 this week because none of your opponents had Leviathan or a counter to Leviathan. Oh, that blows for them for sure. Okay, so my thoughts are Malak on Seer. We did it last round. It looks slightly worse this round, so let's give it a crack. The Slacker scares me a little bit, I'm not going to lie. More because it's the Slacker Cron, and that's pretty chunky. I think we need to do Slacker on Jabba. Yeah, Bane was coming into my head. We got JM Alpha Lord, dragging the old screen away. We got JM Alpha Lord Vader. We got Jabba as a flex option, and I'm calling it that for now because I don't really know what I want Jabba to do. Maybe we do Jabba on Treya. We've got Bane Slacker. We can do Inquisitors on Qui-Gon, Malgus on Rex 5s, Starkiller on Finn, Jabba on Ray. I've just realised I saw Ray and I was like, hang on, I do need a Ray counter. Malgus. I think we do maybe Jedi Knight Luke with Cal, if we can spare it. See, that's where it gets tricky then. Yeah, I've got Hoda. We've got pretty much every Jedi available on offense. Well, every available Jedi I've got. Yeah, that's a fair point, actually. So we probably don't need the full-on, like, Cal comp, if you like. Give May could be a good shout, save using Malgus. I'm kind of curious how it's performing in general, only because I know my mods aren't optimized for it. But it'd be nice to have a look. Also, I haven't got Padmecron, so that will probably factor in. Oh no, what am I talking about? I have got a Padmecron, it's just that Gideon ruins it right now. 66.17% win rate. $78 with Yoda in. I'll be honest, I wouldn't have guessed that one. Might be worth a go though, just like if we need Malgus' free, maybe? I don't know, let's just see what the rest of the wall's like, because Malgus can't beat Treya. I'm pretty sure of that. So I do need a Treya counter. Saying that, can't Gidmay take down Treya? Or is that like an older variant of Treya? Oh, we don't know. It's Batwolf, so I mean, I could dig a bit deeper. Let me see. Let's have a look, see what they put down. Scion and... yeah, Scion and Nihilus. Sorry, for a second I thought that said Talon. Yeah, so traditional. Dash on Chewie. Dash is on defense, but I'll keep that in mind. Okay. I'll keep Qui-Gon in mind for my free-to-play where I've got him. I think for now we're in an okay position. I've worked out a few things. Newt, I've got a rough idea what I want to do, but I'm just going to pause on it for a minute. There's a Savage team back there that I don't really know what I'd want to do, but maybe Afra or something could get there. Wookiees, I honestly don't know. I mean, I've got Bounty Hunters, Night Sisters, Adrad, Maul, Mothma. There's quite a lot there. I've even got to see Malicos without Malicos on me, so we've got room to maneuver. So let's start with the tasty one. Oh, I'm sorry, Tommy. That's a bad week. I would see it with GAC, and I try and take this on board for myself when I'm having a bad one. If you have a bad week, chances are it means that you're going to have a good one the week after. I mean, it's like last week I went 0-3. I'm hoping to go 2-1 this week. So, you know, you kind of have an up after a down. So, fingers crossed your up's coming. Talon is crispy, Savage is spicy. Let's go for this. Yeah, for me it'd be Treya, hold the Savage. No Talon. Alright, so smack that. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, good. Alright, for a minute we're just going basic over there. Hang on, I've just realised snooze this ad break back come. See, I'm glad I moved that earlier. It was worth it. Okay, suck. Okay, just gotta time this now. You need about 400 Karas as well, close to getting Jedi Knight Cal. Hey, nice one, that'd be a brilliant unlock for you. I know 400 Karas is a lot, but I'll tell you what, once you get him, you won't regret it. Oh, I'll say you won't regret it. You don't regret any tunes, really. Oh, I thought it was on Seer. But yeah, you know what I mean? You'll feel like you get that instant reward. Let's do that. There's a bit of me that would like to give him an Omicron at some point, because it feels like that TB stuff does have some nice applications, just as far as making some teams better without actually needing to be Jedi and whatnot, but it's like the definition of a luxury Omicron for me. You know, when I've got like a quintillion things to Omicron, it feels I can't justify it, but I wish I could. Yeah, it was Playing, who's on YouTube, who told me about this last round, and I was a bit unsure. But yeah, once I played it through, I thought this feels pretty safe. I'm sure there are downsides, you know. I'm not telling anyone, you know, load up your Malik and go for a ride, but in general, it doesn't seem too bad. Alright. Trevor Boy with the raid, party of 12. How y'all doing? Alright, just come into a good start. We got 69 banners taking down Sia Malikos. We've just seen our opponents probably not playing Galaxy of Heroes for the rest of the day, if anything, if this wall was anything to come by. They took 3 on Rey, and they took 6 on Rey Jedi Training. So, yeah, I think they've done with Galaxy of Heroes for today. I mean, I'm just saying it again. If anyone knows Skygon Kenobish, because this name rings a bell to me, if anyone knows him, please apologise on my behalf. I really feel like I've just done someone dirty with that Rey Jedi Training team. Alright, let's move on. Let's get a bit of Bane going. Night Sisters beats JTR Aldercron? That is good to know. Did that require Omicrons on the Night Sisters though? Just realised they haven't got a Zeta. Huh. So I can stagger him. I mean, it's not a big thing, but if you say to me, do you want to stagger Slacker? I'd be like, yeah, go on, if I can do it, I'll do it. I don't think I can. I don't think there's a stagger in Bane's kit, but the thought's there. Bit of a shame, that. It isn't helpful, but it's kind of, you know, it's there, isn't it? You know, I'd rather be able to do something than not to do something, if you know what I mean. I don't like being told, no, you are not allowed to do this. You're trying some funky for GAC. Your Queen's Gear 12, you're running her under gas lead with Snips. It's probably better than running Gas or Gecko, so it's funky, but it might have some, might have something going for it. Oh yeah, I didn't know the Taunt Effect was part of the Zeta as well, so that's good. I mean, that counts as good anyway. Just adding the ability to actually mark Raven, it's like... sorry, mark Slacker, it's like... Sorry, but you gotta laugh at the fact that... I didn't actually check the actual cron. But you think... It's meant to be the one that stacks mastery and all that. And yeah, that just got absolutely wrecked. It's kind of embarrassing. Oh, it was overkill for sure, but... Oh, man. Okay, jab jab. Let's do 1-2. Oh yeah, for sure we're gonna have a bit of... we're gonna have bigger challenges here for sure. This one... we do want, just making sure I keep track of my crons, so it's not that. I feel like all my dark side crons are on defense. You alright, Baba? Oh, come on. And so we're not going to get your paws wrapped up in my wire, are we? Me? Me? Alright. So, 20 speed, 15% offense. Chris Anton might die, so I look and I think this is good. Okay. Let's see if we can do a battle while holding a pretty heavy pup. Or are you going to try and go to sleep? Eh? Okay. Let's put this on Ben. I'm just going to collapse that. There we go. Let's make sure we're hitting Cal. Not a lot of other options here, so we'll just do a basic there. Blinding Ben seems like a good call. Hello. Hey. Alright. Let's just keep smacking Ben, I guess. It's just funny, because she's usually always here. She's just under my desk, hiding away. You know what? I'm just going to put more on him. Why not? Just let the damage actually hurt. Let's start on Cal a bit. Keep stacking the protection up, that way Chrysanthemum's not so easily killed. No target. Great. I'm doing that just to make sure I get the hired muscle. There we go, contract. That's actually very nice. I don't mind that. Yeah. Right, so that's one there. Let's just go for Ray. Ooh, okay, we're still standing. Alright, go and pop you down, Duck. Just a little bit of wiggling. Alright, we're nearly at the contract. I know Ben makes a lot of sense, but I'm thinking Cal's doing Cal things, and I won't get rid of him for it. There we go. One down. Okay, there's the second ult. I know we've got to get rid of Ray again, but we'll come to that in a second. Okay, we're still standing. Someone get Elton John on the blower. Okay, I don't know why I'm doing that, but it didn't matter, apparently. It was just a waste of my time. Let's keep that going. Speed down, we'll take that. Ray goes... Oh, I thought she got her ult. Must have been my ult. Let's do that. Get Armor Shred on her. Okay, so she will ult in a second. Okay, fair enough. 1 minute 10. Jabba goes again. We can base it to keep the protection up on Boosh. Boosh is the one I'm worried about. Now, ideally, if we time this right, we can get a Jabba ult and kill Rey. I am right that if it deals physical damage to the Galactic Legends, I think. Oh, he's a turn early. Okay. We've still got time, but we've got to stall just a little bit. It is Raycron, that's why I'm thinking we need to do this. Let me just read the line very quickly. Deals true damage. Okay. Damn it. What am I missing? I don't know what happened there. Yeah, timeout. Why can't I kill Rey? Oh, for goodness sake. I could have sworn we got Ben down. Oh, never mind. Okay. That was a cock-up. Alright, so she got her ult. No, again, say I deserve it. Yeah, so... I suppose the question here is, what can we actually do to clean this up? Because this is a bit of a weird one, that she's so low. Yeah, honestly, I thought it was a case of get... I got me tunes mixed up. I thought it was Ben would be down and... Imagine I got Ben and Rey mixed up. That's why I got confused. I got them mixed up in my head. Gas is on defense. I'm trying to think what we said we got spare. We've got Adrad spare, CLS spare. Oh, Seer. No Omicrons on Malicos, but we have on Seer. Okay. Alright, do it. Rest up, okay? It was 12 o'clock, yeah, just tablets, so, yeah. Well, it's 20 past now. So if you want them, make sure you have them. Where's Malachor's Cron? Pending. Yeah, I haven't really got a Cron I can spare. Yeah, I would like to start using Seer Malachos on... well, actually saying that, I want these tiers, so you were talking about Raver. Raver, I've been using Jabber lately. That was a good cleanup. Alright. This might be a sign of how simple our lives are here, right? As you might have been able to tell, my mum's just gone into her room. She's been downstairs. She's just had a bit of twitching in her legs, so she thought, I'm going to rest them up. And she goes to her bedroom window, and she looks out. Now, we've got a house right opposite ours, and there's a woman who's in the house, and she has this habit of looking up at my mum's window, and she looks up as if to say, "What are you doing looking out at me?" And we have confronted her about it, and she's like, "Oh, no, I didn't mean it. I don't mean to look at you like that," kind of thing. So you can't really point a finger. Anyway, for some reason this woman's decided to put a gazebo right in front of her door. So now my mum can look out her window free as she likes without feeling like she's being judged for looking out of a window. That is how sad our lives are, that we can now actually just look out of a window without fear of judgment. And say, have fun, folks, have fun. Right. I put JKL down for this. We're going to do JKL, Cal, and who do we spare? I know yesterday I did... And sorry, not yesterday. Did on Saturday Kenobi. It wasn't with Night Cal, I don't think. I think it was with Hoda, and it didn't work out. It's probably down to my Luke speed. I've got him slow for his lead. Go on, I think we give it a go. Just maybe we can beef it up a little bit. You see, I'm wary using that one because that's good for JML. That one's not bad. And it won't really matter too much for revives, but... Go on, that might be alright. Ah, yes, Doctor Who. I found it interesting in that episode. Let's do that. And I'm always wary of using this ability, but I think it does two things, so it's not like a bad ability. Pass that tonight, Luke. Oof. Suck. And blow. Alright. Bye-bye, Raven. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, well, basic here, and then insta-kill here. And then boink. I mean, it feels a little less clean than the other counters that you could offer, but I will still take it. Oh, there we go. Califulcrum should be good, more special they have the better. Oh yeah, you're talking about the counter to not to Raver, is it to Malgus? Seer versus Raver, right. Oh, hang on, I'm just... I'm very easily led on, don't you know that? I think we can do this here, can't we? Let me just double check. Make sure I'm not mixing my counters up. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so no Fulcrum in your team. I'm just keeping tabs. I'm curious what happens. Let's do that. Get her down. One of my friends is going through a breakup, and she's kicked him out. And I say kicked him out. It was more like very slowly pushing him out. And I did use that the other day. I was like, get him out, get it done, get it done. Okay. Well, there's one thing. Aerial advantage is useless there. That won't do too much this turn, but I think they're going form up, aren't they? So let's just make sure Captain Rex gets that. And then the next move should expose. Oh, no, it didn't expose, but we can still do that. Keep that taunt up, please, Malgus. Okay, nothing too fancy here. Oh, okay. We love thick AI. There we go. Okay. That was my issue. I was thinking, I felt like I was stuck behind 5's taunt, so I thought, is it worth just getting 5's out first and then going for Captain Rex? I don't think Wicket would make Ewok comps now. At least in 3v3. Alright. That's all solid. So, Bat Wall. How much is there, how much isn't? Bounty Hunters, they were not anticipated. Savage Talon Marauder, that was expected. Ray Jedi Training was not expected. Mon was. Treya was. Okay, interesting. Yeah, for what it's worth, Starkiller's going for Fin Zori, but I completely respect where you're coming from with that. I think that's why one of my weaknesses is with PvP, if you like, the fact that I will sometimes prioritize one target totally, rather than, I think how you're describing it, essentially controlling a target and taking out another. Oh, you redeemed a flex. Sorry, Liam, I didn't see it. What was it? It's alright, I've got my activity feed hidden. There we go. I don't know who you are. When you've got like a bajillion accounts on here, you kind of have to stop leaving ones on. Like, I don't know that one. Okay. I haven't got you on ear though, Liam. Do you want wait for Crimson or do you want to give me a code? They're accounts that I just want to keep records on. Sure. Like, one of them was a guildmates that he got locked out of. By this point, I don't think he'd want it back, but just on the off chance he ever gets back in, it'd be good to be able to invite him in. Okay, so what was it flexing for? Was it for... Actually, I can't see it. Let me bring it up here. Actually, I can't see it. Oh, you are now just Slacker and C. Right, cool. My voice went higher then. Ooh. But yeah, to be honest, right, I was talking about this with someone in my guild server. Talking about Slacker and maybe bumping his health pool up. Just for the fact that if you've got the level 9 Slacker Cron, it's a real benefit just because of all the mastery stacking and all that, like you need less offense. So R9 is quite a justifiable upgrade, even though it's a very short-term reason for it. I do kind of like that. And then C, obviously, C just makes a ton of sense with R9 anyway. I mean, if I could do that, I would do it, but it's just one of those that I'm like... Well, that's what I'm saying, Aranya. I wouldn't do it just for a Datacron, but if you were to do it and you're getting the benefit because there's a Datacron, then you do it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I feel like if you're doing an R9 for a Datacron, it's because there's a good secondary purpose, which is, well, in the case of a GL, it's a GL, which there's always a benefit to a relic upgrade on a GL, but you've got a justification for doing it, essentially. I mean, me personally, I can't do that myself. You know, it's like, for all we know, there's going to be a ship coming out soon, and I need R9s for that. But if you've got them spare, I don't blame anyone just popping one on them. And I'm saying popping one on, I probably need more than one, but I've only got one ready. She feeds off health, I'm guessing. Alright, let's get on this top wall. Funny how I've been talking about Slacker. It's time to come out to party. We're going to do that, and we're going to do that. I'm saying that. Maybe that? I feel like C's nice for the 200 plus K, 200k plus health. Just to answer your question, I don't have Slacker's Cron, but I do have Special Forces. Yeah, it'll probably go like last time, so let's just play it a bit safer this time. I am blaming my entire loss last round on the fact that Bush decided she was going to solo Slacker. So we're not taking risks, we're just going to actually destroy it. It'll be on my last stream. Feel free to check it out. I've done that probably 3 of these battles in a row now where I've forgotten that you can't call an assist because of Bush. I'm not used to using Special Forces with Slacker. Alright, bye-bye. To you as well. That would have been very nice if he could have suddenly got a load of health. Ooh, like that. Like, can we recover some more Slacker? Oh. They're teasing me. You know what? 55 for a slacker battle? I'm taking that. By his standards, that's efficient. Alright, Luke. What are we doing with you, Luke? I wouldn't really want to Fennec it because of Thrawn. I'm like, that one feels very risky. Especially when you don't need to. We got a GL here, we don't need it, so... Well, you know, we don't need it for something else, so yeah, I'm fine. You see, that's where I kind of disagree, just for the fact that if you bring Mando and he gets fractured... Yeah. Alright, let's just get Thrawn under control. I think this is the bottom line, right? If I needed to use bounty hunters, like, you know, I needed Luke elsewhere, you know, I'd have given it a go. But when you don't need to, it's better just not taking a chance, isn't it? Okay, let's give that to Raven. Okay, so Vader goes. You can't increase Lord Vader's cooldowns, can you? Oh, you can. Cool. I just wondered if I was wasting time marking him. 55. Okay. It's one of the big downsides of me not having him, the fact that I haven't learned his kit well. You know, I know enough, like, I've said this before with a lot of characters, I know enough of his kit to sort of know what to look out for, but I feel like you don't really learn a kit properly until you've got the character in your hands and you're having a bit of a play with them. I mean, that's only Palpatine, but it's something, and they're all dark side. Bit of offense. Okay. I mean, that's good to know. Let's snooze this ad break that's about to come up. Yeah, let's get stunned where we can. Lovely. Can we pop Zori? Nope, she's still hiding. Actually, no, she isn't hiding. I'll take that back. She's, Ah. There we go. Surely. Thank you. That was rude. It's alright, I couldn't see the... You know, like the little status effect that they've got for saying, oh yeah, you can't kill this character. I thought she was under, so I was like, why can't Finn die? just a little confusion. Okay, Inquisitors. Yeah. I'm laughing here because every time I've done this lately, Qui-Gon has just nuked me. Sorry, well, not Qui-Gon, Anakin, but it's just so hard keeping Qui-Gon alive. But maybe we can stall on Mace for a minute. Just let Anakin take a turn. Oh. Just base it? Okay, that's fine. That is fine. That is final. Yep, we do the AoE. Brilliante. Alright, 54. I'll take that. And then part of the reason I was saving a few tunes before from Slacker is so I could do this, which I believe is a good counter. I believe. And I haven't got any more now. Wish I got a few more. It should be this week. I mean, I won't be too surprised if it isn't today. You know, I think... someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they have done Monday announcements before for Conquest units. Yeah, it should be this week for certain. Alright, taunt gone. Morgan's certainly been the name that's been floating around by content creators. I know within the space of a couple of hours I saw Zareth and Darnold put a video out speculating on it. I mean, I understood the logic because of the login rewards, but it was just a little bit amusing seeing the pair of them come out with it like very close to one another. I wouldn't be surprised if there isn't a ship. I feel like we have missed conquest ships for a little bit. I'm not crying out for one, but it wouldn't be a surprise either. That's what I say, I don't miss conquest ships, but I feel like we have missed them, as in, you know, it's been, what, a year? I mean, yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean that Morgan's going to be the conquest tune. Morgan could be a marquee. Going to say, you can take that idea and shove it, Malkissel, and I mean that very politely. Or as politely as I can manage. Okay, bounty hunters, I think. Let's do that. You know, Red 5's one of them things that I'm just going to be so upset if I can't get. I've always had good rebels on Tamin, and I'll be disappointed if I don't manage it here. Or don't manage the gate here, I should say. I went with the wrong leader, in case you can't tell. There goes the stealth, great. Never know, might get an ult before the 3-minute mark. Oh, Marauder got it. I mean, I'll take Marauder having it, because that's out in the open. I haven't got to deal with stealth. I think that just goes to show that the Marauder, sorry, Talon does beef up with the Omicron? Yeah. Alright, we're getting there. Slow journey, but we're getting there. Yeah, I like them, but this was not their best use case by a million miles. I said by the 3-minute mark, I was pretty damn close. I essentially now just need Mando to take one turn. Bye-bye. I mean, in principle, there was no reason why this wouldn't work. It was just I chose the wrong leader. I could full auto, but I might as well play it out, see if I can get better banners by doing that. Wow, I've just seen all that health reduction on Bosk. Damn. That was actually quite impressive. I will give Marauder that. He's very sly with that max health reduction. Pen, you're calling it. New fleet meta will be either G Republic with Quabney ship or Mando with Bo-Katan Mandalore ship. I'll be kind of disappointed if it's in Trench. I'm just going to put that out there as well. But I think the only reason I'd be disappointed is the fact that Trench is then kind of destined to not really be important. But I'd be amazed if Queen Amidala was this year. I could understand it being next year, but not this year. I think... Let me think. Bo-Katan Mandalore, I think the one issue there is she has got a ship, but... Again, I'm not real sure if you want that yet, because there isn't a Mandalorian fleet. Unless that's what the free ships are going to be, because I think they have data mined some chase bundles. So it could be that they're going to bring in Bo's ship and then have 3 chase packs to go for. But you'd also need marquees, because... Or would you? Probably, because we haven't got a Mandalorian, like the Mandalorian. We haven't got a Din Djarin that is the pilot of the new ship he's got. So yeah, a little bit confusing what they do. I mean, that's where I could see it being Trench, because I think there were 3 chase bundles. So it could be Dooku's Solar Sailor, and then 2 droid ships, or something like that. It would be interesting if it wasn't that, if like Trench wasn't actually a capital ship, but it was something that you could pilot. But that'd be weird. Like, it'd be good if it was like a hybrid, not necessarily a ship, but not necessarily a capital ship. Something like a, I don't know. I've got that episode in my head where Anakin and the Admiral, I can't remember his name, they were on a stealth ship and were trying to sneak past Trench's blockade. It'd be cool if there was something involved in that, but I don't think they'd go that deep. Yeah, I'd be surprised if Dooku wasn't on the radar if they're doing Separatists, just for the fact that that's iconic enough. You know, it was in the films, it was quite a unique design, so I'd be surprised if they don't go for it. I know the argument is he's already R8 for a lot of people, but I said this the other day. Would he be a ship people would want to R9? You know, Dooku as a character isn't a great R9, so would they try and make it that his ship is good at R9? What is my shack speed? 329, 359, yeah, that's all good. Yeah, that's kind of why I thought they might do it. Just top tier trolling. I need to take Gideon up to Rally 5 so I can use him. Or at least Rally 3. Alright, let's remove some turn meter. Alright, no insta-kills to worry about. Ooh, nearly. Hey. We just got penalised, didn't we, for attacking out of turn? That was a hefty penalty. You see, I'm not even sure they're thinking that way, Pan. I mean, if I remember right, the release order for ships, I'm ignoring the OG3. It's Thrawn, then Negotiator, Malevolence, Executor, Profundity, and Leviathan. And I'm not putting Holdo and Finalizer there as well. But point being, it's never been like, oh yeah, we go light side, dark side, light side, dark side. So how I view it, there's no reason it can't be dark side. I mean, there's no reason it can't be light side. I'm just saying it's not a path to go down. that was kind of on my mind. I mean, Leviathan can do some work on Geonosis and Mustafar, but I get the feeling... Chat's paused. There we go. But yeah, I'm going to say, I don't think it's like... How do I phrase it? I don't think it'd be the driving incentive. You know, I don't think they're going to bring out a new capital ship just because TB is a bit difficult. I mean, you think they didn't actually allow us to complete Lightside Geo. I mean, again, I certainly wouldn't rule it out. I think the issue is I'm just not seeing enough content to go off there. I mean, I've got Zareth in my head again. He was talking about the idea that he thinks there could be something to do with Darkside Mandalorians coming, and I'm thinking, I'm not convinced there because I don't think there's going to be a unit for TB. I think it's just going to be like Zepho. I mean... I know that Maul's meant to go with Lord Vader, and then you've got some weird mishmash Darkside Mandalorians that don't have a leader. But the flip side is we haven't got a Darkside Mando in lore to really lead them. Unless you're going to do something like... what's his name? Vizsla. The guy from Clone Wars. He was voiced by Favreau. Unless you go for someone like him as like a lifter, as like a new Darkside Mandalorian leader, I don't really know who you could do. Yeah, I'm thinking Mandalorian might be done for now, because if anything, we've kind of caught up. You know, I know they're saying Axe and Saskia Reeves' character, but I think that's about it. And they can save them. I wouldn't rule out a Thrawn and Ahsoka, or Thrawn or Ahsoka. Yeah, I think it's more a case I wouldn't expect it to be Mandalorian because of TB, because I think that's what Zareth was kind of going down the line of, that, oh, we got this new planet, it's Mandal, or maybe it's a Mandalorian we're getting, and I'm like, I wouldn't even read into it that we're getting a character from it. Yeah, the issue is then everyone who essentially got banned to R8 or 9 for Razor Crest, they're going to feel cheated. I wouldn't like to be the one handing out the refunds. I mean, this is why I'm thinking it makes sense for it to be a separatist ship, because it is the Phantom Menace year. You know, I mean, I'm not saying it's got to be, because I know Trench isn't Phantom Menace, but he is still separatist, and it's that kind of thing that we're going with, but... I don't know, maybe it's a separatist GL. As soon as Qui-Gon was announced, I think everyone's mind, well, maybe not everyone, but a lot of people's minds went to the idea of, like, a new General Grievous. I think if they were to do pairs, it would make sense that Thrawn and Ahsoka would be the pair. But personally, I would like it if they held them until the films are out, or the film is out. I thought that was what it was meant to be, that The Mandalorian and Grogu was meant to be a film before, like, the big crossover film. if we do, I don't think it'll be imminent. I mean, I think if they were going to do Captain Panaka, they'd have done it early. Because to me, personally, I find that more desirable than Padawan Obi-Wan and Master Qui-Gon. It's not that I don't like those characters, obviously. It's just we've got versions of them already. Again, I suspect that would be something they'd want to save for when the film's out. I mean, maybe that's just me. Okay, I've just realised it isn't that Kron, so we haven't got to worry about that. I was going to say, but there's still room for baby Ahsoka, you know, from Tales of the Jedi. So, just fleet. I can't help but agree there, Pen, as far as I think it was funny how they released that new portrait for Yoda and then it vanished. But saying that as well, we had the General Grievous book the other day with the Dathomir event. So you're thinking it kind of makes sense if Grievous is getting something happening to him. You know, a bit like when they've been into when Ben came out and the C event broke. It kind of makes sense that GG's going to have something happen. But I just don't know what they would do with Yoda unless it's an Omicron. But again, I'm not really sure. All right. Yeah, don't ask me to do death sounds. Alright, 1, 2, 3. What are the odds that this is the one time when I get poor RNG because I've tried this? I'll take that as a positive. I think my was not that desirable. Oh, I did call it. Watch me not get assists. Do it. Yeah. Okay, let's pass that there. The only time I remember Yoda facing Grievous was the Cartoon Network Clone Wars series. Like the Kidnap the Chancellor arc. I'm a bit surprised it didn't do that in like the normal one, the I don't know what you call the Disney Clone Wars one as it ended up. Yeah, it's on Disney Plus now. It's like at the very bottom of the Star Wars segment. It's as if they say, right, we have got access to it, but it isn't something we're really proud of, so we're just kind of hide it down here. And it's strange because, you know, it is pretty cool. You know, it had some fun ideas. You know, the clones don't really talk. They're more a silent military. But they've got a bit of badassery about them. Alright, 77. Chimera. Alright, so if I put that over there, we'll get Anakin. Was it? I didn't really take note. We seem fine anyway. Well, I think if he was the strongest Force user ever, then Palpatine would have lost in Revenge of the Sith. I think there was a perception amongst the Jedi that he was the wisest, and you could argue he was, but I think even by his own admission he realised he'd made mistakes. Well, that's kind of the thing, it was a perception he was the wisest. You know, if you think about, was it Attack of the Clones? Anakin was saying, as back Obi-Wan, he was saying he's as strong as Master Windu and as wise as Master Yoda. You know, that's kind of how others viewed him. Oh, wrong way. Again, I'll repeat it. I'm not saying he's wise, but it was the perception. When you think the Jedi are an order of monks, to them, that was being wise. Yeah, I mean, again, you kind of have to watch the Clone Wars to get a bigger vibe on it, but Mace was definitely one of the more powerful duelists, shall we say. I remember when I was reading the novelization of Revenge of the Sith, the idea is that Mace uses Vapad, which is essentially using enough of the dark side of the Force that you're teetering on it, but you still have control so that you're not fully over the edge. You know, and it's why he was able to hold his own for so long against Sidious. It was only when Anakin got involved that he lost. Alright, we'll do that for the offensive. You know, that's pretty much why. Yeah, honestly, I'm sure you'll find it somewhere on the internet because it's been heavily quoted by Star Wars fans. Just have a look for Mace Windu's duel against Sidious Revenge of the Sith novelization. There will be someone who's quoted it because it is a brilliant bit of writing. I did actually. I think maybe someone just said it. I don't know. I actually read the book before I saw the film, and yeah, it was brilliant just reading that because you got a load of greater context when you're watching the film. Matthew Stover, he was the writer of it. I haven't actually read anything else of his, but I have regret over that because he deserves a bit more accolade, a bit more respect in that sense. Sorry. Yeah, George Lucas not letting it be a kids' movie, that would have been a tad unlikely. Alright. 2050 as a score, I'm happy at that. I think we said the other day 2040 is a good score to sort of say, yeah, they probably aren't going to come back from it. And yeah, after all those drops, this guy ain't coming back, so we got a 2-1 for the week. I'm happy. So, I'm going to put a BLBL, and when I'm back, we will start Crimson. Also, there's an ad break due, so I'm going to run that while I'm out. So, let's start that. Here we go, and be right back, folks. Not playing ball? Hello again. So, I'm actually having a nosy at this. Let's see. Revenge of the Sith novelization. Mace Windu. Okay, I'm actually looking for the bit here because it does seem to be... There seems to be a break point in this. Here we go. Okay, so this is very small text. Let me just make it a bit bigger. Here we go. Darth Sidious sits in his office, right before Windu and the other... Windu again? What the heck is up with me with Windu today? Here we go. Right before Windu and the other Jedi Masters enter to confront him, Sidious activates a secret audio recorder in his desk. By the way, that is never even hinted at in the film, but even though it's not hinted at, I'm pretty sure it is canon. I think it is. Why, Master Windu, what a pleasant surprise. Hardly a surprise, Chancellor, and it will be pleasant for neither of us. But by the way, they don't do it like this. I think this guy's just presenting it this way. Anyway, I think there is a section down here. Here we go. Sidious blasts Windu with force lightning, but Windu using Vapad reflects it back to Sidious. Sidious makes it look like the lightning is scarring and weakening, when in truth he only melts his Palpatine disguise away, revealing his true face underneath. And then... He's too dangerous to be left alive. If you could have taken Dooku alive, would you? That was different. You can explain the difference after he's dead. Windu raises his saber again for the final stroke. I need him alive. I need to save Padme. Anakin intercepts Windu's strike with his own saber and severs his hand. Sidious drops the axe of the weak, defenseless old man and strikes Windu with a full-on force lightning blast, throwing him out the window to his death. Now, I'm honestly just racing through all this because, honestly, I want to make sure I do my GAC. And this isn't exactly the novelization in any way. This is just someone sort of making it into a movie script for Reddit. But all I did was type Revenge of the Sith novelization Mace Windu, and I got that. So anyone who's curious about it, I'm sure you'll find it somewhere around here, because I mean, it might even be that Bunt Spooks. But yeah, brilliant little chapter in the book. It's well worth a read if you haven't seen it. Alright. Is the game open? Yep. Dan, fellow there. Long time no see, how you doing? Right, we got 1, 2, 3. Coolio. And my energy's a bit chock-a-block, but I think we can cope with it. Okay, so last round, we did get a win again. We've got a win against Lisette. I don't think they did anything. Yeah, they scored 64. I mean, I don't really get it. It's like that they have invested enough to get the Padawan Obi-Wan Datacron, yet they aren't playing GAC. It's like, who was that for? Okay. Fish, hello there. How you doing? And I'm doing alright, Dan. I hope you're doing alright yourself, man. Let's show you the compare. Let's show you what Crimson's up against today.
Your lightsabers will make a fine addition to my collection.
So, Robillards. I think that might be how you say it. Not much GP difference between us. 170,000, give or take. I've got 33 Zetas on them. They've got 5 GA Omicrons on me. 24 total relics between us in their favour. I've got 11 Relic 5 pluses going in my favour, so pretty nice. They've got the Datacron advantage, so yay. They have got some more 6-stop mods, but my quality is better, so I'd say this is looking promising. When it comes to the GLs, we're both missing Jabba and Leia. They've got Lord Vader. We've both got JMK, JML, Sith Eternal, Ray and Slacker, so they're just one ahead of me, and I'm actually chasing Lord Vader right now, so I'm arguably just a bit behind. We both have Bane, although theirs is definitely looking better than mine. Theirs is Relics, while mine's, I think, in 10 right now. And they have Taran as well, so we're a couple behind on them. But we do have one leveler. Whilst they have Leviathan, they do not have Profundity. That's 2 opponents in a row on Crimson that haven't had Profundity, so that's a weird one. So hopefully we can make it count. Give treats to Dottie or Trudy. Well, Trudy's here. She's fast asleep. And we have got Dottie here, so let me go and get something. One moment. Okay, that's one. That was a meow. They know. Oh, hang on, don't get greedy. Going for the bag. There we go. Let me put it down here. And you, I've got one for you. I'm going to say Trudy, she's she likes her dreamies, but she started having these as well. Normally I have a shake a paw with me, but a bit mithering. But yeah, these chewy chicken strips, the only thing my dog will eat. Right, fussy so-and-so. Pound to a penny, if we went to a house where someone had a dog and they were having a treat, she'd be like, oh, go on, I'll try that. But because we try it, it's like, no, I don't like that one. Number of times we've tried different things and she just doesn't take to it. Well, that's disheartening. So, I'm not anticipating a drop here. I think 2064, highly unlikely. Okay, so all one battles. Let me bring this up. And one more. Okay, so let's do a compare between this and what our opponent has actually set. So, top wall. Aiden, GG. Bounty Hunters with Zamacron. GG, sorry, not GG. Newt, Dooku, Django again. And Shaq, Arc, Echo. South wall is Malgus, Grand Inquisitor. Interesting, they're all Relic 6. I can only assume they've just got him and they're working on it for Raver. Geo's Padme. Padme GMK. And Finn. Interesting. Well, according to this, we've got average 59 banners a battle, including fleet. Begs the question how they did it. Yeah, exactly. I've probably got very little room to maneuver. I think that top wall was about the same, wasn't it? So this one's had a little tweak. I'd say GI instead of HK. But I think everything else is the same, isn't it? Hey, I'm not going to deny your prediction. Alright, so we got Wampa for that. Savage for that. I think Malik's on defense, so we haven't got an option to do a solo with him. Go big or go home. That's what keeps coming to mind. So see there. Starkiller here. JMK for JMK seems fair. The Ray's a bit of concern. We've got Slacker and JML, so it's not like a big massive problem, but could definitely do with planning that when we get there. I'm going to say, I'm sure ending the stream early is a good option. No Slacker Chronia. And say, my conquest did not go that well. I did get Red Crate, but it just took me too long to actually farm decent crons. What are the Geos? Remind me, are they Relic? Yeah, they're Lightspeed bundle level. So... we have got Savage solo, sorry, not Savage, Sidious solo on the card somewhere. So it's most commonly being used to beat Starkiller, then DTMG, but it's doing good against Finzori, so that to me is a good shout. I'm not sure there's anything else on this list that's 100% and I'm like, yeah, we give this a go. So we take that off there and do Sidious solo. When you say it like that, you realise how broken Sid is. I mean, I like it. For a character that gets zero use, I like the fact that for 4 months, he's got some use. I mean, that's bad. For you, that's bad. I mean, like I say, I think I got Red Crate about with 3 days remaining. And on my main, I got it way earlier. But I put that down to the Conquest Pass. You know, I was able to reset a little bit. You know, like if I needed to change discs, I could, all that kind of stuff. And I don't like that about it, the fact that it did give me that advantage, but I felt like I needed it. And it did allow me to get 2 Red Crates back to back on my free-to-play, so there was that. Unfortunately, can't say I'm proud of it. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the last one wasn't too bad. Feet-wise, anyway. I will never say that. I'm idling a bit here because I don't really know what I want to do for undermans and undersizes. Also, while I'm here, I wouldn't mind checking this. Not a lot of battles, but 100% win rate. Okay, I can live with that. Put it like this, my cup's unworthy compared to yours. Yeah, I think that's nigh on a certainty. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the global feat isn't win X amount of times with Master Qui-Gon and Padawan Obi-Wan surviving. That just feels like a no-brainer. The only plus side of that is we could use Jedi Master Luke to call assists. All right, I'm like I said, I'm idling here. I'm struggling to think of things. So what I'm going to do, I've got this on my screen where I can see it. There we go. I'm going to just go into the JMK battle, rip the band-aid, and let's see how it goes. Safe to say, if I lose, I lose. Yeah, I think that's the main priority. Make sure we just get through a wall. I mean, it's nothing preventing insta-kills, so... yeah. Can't say I like the idea of protection disruption landing on me, but I think we're just going to have to cope with that. Yeah, it's why I don't want to do too many attacks at a turn on Padme. I'm hoping I can charge up and one-shot her. Yeah, that's another bonus. We've got the 100% offense Kron here. So, really, Kenobis should be dealing a fair bit of damage. Only on the first hit. After that, they apply Armor Shred. There we go. I know we're dealing 1 damage, but I just want to get some hits in. There we go. 66. Okay, next up. Ooh, I've just realised there's no Zora here. This still works, doesn't it? I would have thought so, surely. I feel like I've just downgraded it, if you know what I mean. Like I've gone from taking down a big team to a lesser team. Yeah. That's the thing, isn't it? I feel like I've probably doing something I don't need to do. I'm taking a bulldoze to clear a house. To clean a house. We finally got Secrets and Shadows, Sidious. Malik's on defense. Alright, this is the big go big or go home moment, I would say. Okay. Let's see how this goes. We'll keep it on Malgus, but we'll put this on Bastila. Little git got me then. Just the timing of that basic is... Oh. There we go. Just funny. 58. Okay. Geos. I would like to go to London one day. Just to see the sights, as it were. I've technically been to London, but I've not actually seen anything there. I was on a coach, and I think it was like the middle of the morning, so I couldn't actually see anything. No. Surprisingly, not everyone in the UK has gone to London. Or visited London, I should say. It's like me assuming that every American's been to New York. It's that place down south that's got a load of fog. Yeah, I mean, again, a bit like London, if I ever got the chance, I would like to see New York, just because, again, there's a lot of iconic things that I'd like to see in person, but I'm not actually crazy to go there, you know what I mean? Probably places in Europe I'd like to go as well. Actually, that's pretty impressive. I'm going to say I once thought many people would instinctively know where something is just when you're saying, oh yeah, Texas. Pretty cool. And yeah, for that reason I can respect it with America. But, you know, I would still argue, like, England is more than London. Just like the US is more than New York or California. You know what, I've just realised I have got Malik. I didn't see him chilling here. Alright, sorry about that if anyone was wondering what was going on about. Texas? I'd kind of like a look at Texas as far as just to kind of get a vibe for it. Because whenever I hear things about Texas, it always sounds like... How do I phrase it? It's like... It's a place that hasn't moved with the times as much, but... I can't help but wonder how much of that is stereotype and how much is true. I mean, that's kind of what I'm thinking. You know, it's like its own country. I've seen, like, bits on documentary. Well, I'll say documentaries, more like road trips, if you want to call it that. People just going to America and taking in the sights kind of thing. you know, and I remember a bit in Texas, and it did seem very different to a lot of the rest of the US. I mean, I can't say I know exactly where, or know anything about Odessa Midland kind of area, but if anything, it's where I'm trying to learn. Well, I say I'm trying. I always try and learn more about US geography because, if anything, I just feel like it's useful information. The tricky thing for me is taking it in because, like, if I remember right, you guys in America, you like learn your state capitals and all that kind of stuff early on. I can't even say we learn local geography. You know what I mean? It's like I barely know a lot of the places in my own country, let alone try and memorize US as well. So it's where I'll give the US education system some credit. They try to drill things in. Just looking what we can do here. Dash it. Just daze and nuke. Alright, that's definitely a description I've not heard before. I'm going to say, I'm curious what NM is. I'm just trying to think of that. I'm guessing it's north, but I can't think what the north would be. Or is it NM as like an acronym? New Mexico. Oh, I should have known that one. I wouldn't mind, but Penn was saying at the start that I can install a GAC hard, and I did bring up Wolf saying he's the master at it. Let's do it. Let's nuke this. Alright, lovely. There you go, you all got your action. What have we got for this? No tank. It is nice star set. I mean, I have my quieter days, but it is nice when I have the livelier days like today. Just mulling this over, right? Rebels. We've got... Oh! We've got Adrad. Why not? You know, it just kind of makes sense. Actually, saying that, what's the datacron? Okay, that one could be annoying with the exposers. Okay. We can always switch to Gibme. The downside is this is poorly modded. No worries, Fish. I'll catch you around, man. 321 Shaq. 315 Gideon. So it means Shaq's taking the first turn. It worked last time, but yeah. Oh yeah, Trey is a guarantee. I'm just trying to hold back some of the bigger things, but I'm saying that we don't need to. I mean, based on what we can see, the worst thing at the back is likely to be Ray. And we don't need Trey for Ray. As soon as I get some more counter attack. I was going to say, take a breath, please. Feels scary, doesn't it, Luke? Ooh. Oh, I didn't mean that. I thought it was going to be Scion. 53. Not particularly great banners, but we got through it. Alright, so as predicted, Ray's at the back. It is the Ray Kron. We got Night Sisters, Mon Mothma, Dashon Chewie, and Poggle Seppies. Yeah, it definitely could have been better banners, but let's get this one out of the way because this is the one that's going to win or lose it, I think. I swear I'm feeling very awkward because without the Slacker Kron, I'm not as powerful as I need to be. Just remind me, it's Ray Ben. Yeah, it's a Ray Kron. Ray Armorer GBA. The only reason I was a little bit concerned about Adrad and I backed out of doing it was that I thought with the amount of attacks that a turn exposes, it could potentially punch through Adrad. But in general, I completely agree. He just neuters anything Empire. I think we're going to go for that, even though it's not Inquisitorius. We got the 15% max health. I think that's the important bit. I mean, yeah, I haven't got another one. Almost non-existent. Here they are. And no Malicos. It's pretty bad. Let's stun this dude. Right, that's one down. There's going to be a yeet, but we should get a turn before there where we can bring the brute back. So hopefully that keeps armor in the game for after the whirlwind. Oh, no whirlwind. Okay. Ugh. Okay. We should be fine as far as that's now on Slacker. Any chance we can get rid of Ben? Oh no, we can't get rid of Ben until Ray's down, as we discovered before. Let's not make that mistake twice. Okay, DI. Okay, we were looking alright. Yeah, she won't revive us, Slacker. Oop. Okay. Bad banners, but it's clean in the sense we get through it. This is probably where the GA's lost, though. I mean, yeah. I've just got to hope I can make some banners back. Wait, are you after treats again? Hey, you little ragamunchkin. Oh, okay. Going in the window. Can we still win? I haven't actually been keeping track of the banners, so I don't really know. Yeah, I haven't been putting them in as we've been going along, so we'll have to hope. I'm going to close this down, I think. Or I'll hide it. We don't really need to use it. Let's get Iden in. Yeah, it's a pretty chunky score. Alright, so Mon revives. And now we can just knock Kara down properly. Pretty much, yeah. We haven't got room for drops today. It's where I get wary about forgetting what's on the top wall as well. I don't want to burn a good counter and then be like, oh, I should have used this. So we got Wampa for that. Actually, I think let's just burn through a few of these as well. Let's just make sure we're using counters where they need to be used rather than regretting it after. What's my battery on? I'm alright. Alright, bye-bye. And go on, I'll say you night to you as well. And bye-bye. Alright, 58. I'm feeling a little bit anxious about this. Because the last time I said Savage is good against GG, I had egg on my face pretty badly. But it is what I penciled in. In theory, GG should strip all the B1 battalion stacks from B1, and that, or at least to the point that he can't keep healing Magnet effectively, and then we can get to GG. But the trouble is, GG could have ramped up a bit then. Yeah, it's going to be a tough one, this, to gauge if it'll work or not. It's why I put it on full auto. As you've said to me in the past, Aranya, Prage. very tough to give commentary on a battle like this because you're literally just watching and hoping enough goes your way. Exactly. It's the risk you've got to weigh up. It happened last round as well. Alright, that's good. Hang on. Can we focus on the right one? Damn. Yeah, we're out. Yeah, he just ramped. Oh well. It's like when you're saying about Savage and Talon, I get the idea. Talon will save him if that happens, but like I say, then just add that risk. Okay. Yeah, that's the round. We're going to get the clear. I won't show my face. Yeah, it's like I said last time. I did. My opponent has set a good score on timing, and I did Slacker and Special Forces on their own against Java. And at the time, I felt it was worth a risk. It wasn't, but you sometimes have to take a gamble. You have to think, risk the banners essentially, and see if you can get it. At least in my situation, if you're at the top end, you've got pretty much every character. It's a different story, but for me, it feels like we have to play things a little bit more cautiously. Let's do that. If anything, I'm curious if I can just try and keep my efficiency up. I'm curious how far behind I am. Because the weird thing is, I didn't feel like this guy was miles better than me. So, hopefully at the very least I can get a gauge for what I did wrong. Like how far behind I was. So that's kind of getting me a bit more here. It's like, that was a very high score he set. Sure. I wouldn't say it was the heaviest, but we can have an assessment to see how bad it was. Oh, wow, okay. Not good, that. Pretty much lost our DPS there. We might be able to win this just purely by keeping Django stun locked, but this is not ideal. Oh, I did forget. Hang on. We'll do this. I just saw Shaq and I thought, oh, Malik. He's like baiting me to counter it. The reality is, now I've got JML available, I could probably afford to go 1 GL heavier on defense. I think that's the question I've got to put to myself. There you go. Let me just go through the actual teams just while we're here. Finn, Rose, Zori. Got a Fincron. Asajj, Zombie, Daka. Qui-Gon, Anakin, Cam. Granted, it's only 5-star Cam. Phasma, FOTP Army, Special Forces. Maul, Bo-Katan, and Candy. How much spent for clean top and bottom? 260 for the top front, 219 for the back, the top back, and I'm guessing 260 for the bottom. Yeah, so 260 for squads, 219 for fleet. Then we got Rose, Hero, Finn, Holdo, which did well on Tammin, so fair enough. Ray, Ben, Visas, Bam, Malgus, and Boba Fett. And then the back wall, I put some Calla and Beck group down just to try something with him. Fifth brother with a second sister, Datacron, which I didn't expect much out of, to be honest. GG, B2, and Magna. Darth Maul, Sith Marauder, and Sith Empire Trooper, and then Mon Mothma. So very squishy stuff at the back. Yeah. I mean, how I see it, this guy put up a good offensive performance. I'm actually kind of curious how he was so efficient. I mean, you'd think he would have dropped a few battles, wouldn't you? But I don't know, maybe that's just me being very cocky. Alright, so not perfect. Yeah, he had got Bane, so that was certainly helping him. You could most likely have Baned the Ray, because that was the main threat. Ooh, damn. Give that rocket its due, it did its job. Alright, so I'm out now. Like, I was already out, but that just literally condemned it. I respect that. It can get a bit tricky feeling motivated to attack when someone's done such a good job on you. Tell you what, give that Bulba credit. He's got a nice bit of damage on him. Yeah. This is what I was saying before, if my head doesn't go down, and that's what's happened here. I know I'm out, so it's like I'm just... I wouldn't say I'm goofing, but I haven't got the same focus I would have if I was still in it. Just a shame about that Savage. Go on, let's just give him Mace, I guess. Give him another tank, why not? But yeah, just supposing that battle had gone well, the Savage GG, I am curious how far off I would have been, because I feel like I was doing okay, but it's the thing when you drop, you just drop completely. Or at least that's me anyway. Generalising a bit there. Na 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 na. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, it's like I say, it's a little bit of a disappointment just as far as I felt like I was doing alright, but I always say it rectifies itself in the end, so well, it'll be okay. I mean, this week's 2-1. Sorry, I'm just checking it in my head. I think I did 2-1 last week, maybe? Or maybe 1-2, I can't remember. Either way, it still feels like we've had a positive season on Crimson, so we'll be okay. I didn't even use the Cron then. I meant to and I forgot. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and let's just go balls to the wall for it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Acolyte. If anything, it's got this newness about it. Feels like a bit of Star Wars I've not seen anything on, so it's very intriguing. Kind of makes that more disappointing, doesn't it? I say 54.75 per character battle, that would have been doable. My gun farming's going okay on my main. I'm not really prioritising it on my free-to-play here, but I've been doing okay on my main. I think they've said they haven't thrown any references in because they didn't want to do it just for the sake of it, but it seems like they've got multiple seasons in mind, so I think they said they might try and reference something at some point. I actually found something funny about all this, by the way. The creator of the Acolyte, Leslie... well, I can't remember her name. Leslie Hayland? Something like that? I might be completely misremembering. They said something along the lines of, we know that there's been some... Nielsen? I'll just carry on anyway. It said something along the lines of that they know that they've had issues themselves with some writing in Star Wars, and you know, they understand what some Star Wars fans have been thinking. And I found it funny when there was something like these fandom menace sorts kind of coming out going, oh, you know, what you're talking about kind of thing, and I'm like, she's almost agreeing with you. Why are you having a go at her? Oh, it was it just made me think of how some people are just so determined to have a fight with someone. Oh, sorry, didn't mean that to come up. Ugh. Sorry, I've just read that a human garbage can is going to be running to be an MP this general election. Funny how I chose to use the word garbage there as well. I've said it before, I do have a... Let's say Headland, that was it, thank you very much. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going now. Alright, we can do some Empire on this. Yeah, that was it. I was getting a little political. I'm happy to pull back from that. Alright, let's do this. Here we go. To be honest, the bit I was actually more focused on was my wording. I was trying to say, as much as I dislike the idea of soccer being a word used by Americans to describe football, I do give you a lot of credit when it comes to words like garbage. I don't know why I think that sounds better than rubbish. Ah, game crash. Well, I suppose it's been on one that I'm not winning. Maybe it'll catch up. Maybe. Hey, it did! Hey! Right, it didn't just surrender. Yeah, I kind of like that. I think it's just a case of some words I hear and I think, why do we fight that? It sounds right our way when it doesn't. I can't remember what that was it. I think I was watching CinemaSins and they were making out that spelling colour with a U is tempting. I'm like, why? I wish I didn't have to spell it with a U. It doesn't make sense. Alright, not perfect there, but 73 is still decent. And then... GR... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Do you mean the fact that I was watching it or the actual channel itself? It's funny, ever since I got Plo to R7, I haven't faced an executive that I can't beat some other way. You could argue that. I think it happens with a lot of channels. You know, essentially they gain an audience, they find out what the audience likes or dislikes and cater towards it. There we go, 71. So 2016, I was 48 behind. That's a bit rough, because when you think that's 2 losses, call it 20 banners for each, I was still 8 behind, so that's a bit rough, but still 2-1 for the week. I'm trying to think endings explained. I know there's how it should have ended. I've seen that channel, like the cartoon one. Yeah, it is. And so 5 away. Did you get a gifted sub the other day, Luke? I know I had a few gifted subs in one hit. No worries, Starset. Thanks for being here, man. I will catch you around. Let's just switch this here. I'm actually trying to think. Oh, you paid a sub. Yeah, if you've got subs, then if you've got a sub that you pay for, then yeah, you should just skip ads. Okay. Yeah, let's just skip off this. All right. I will just have a quick look, just see if we've had anything happen on Taman. Actually, I tell you what, let me do it here instead. No Gungan GC, I have been tortured by that enough today. Yep, true. Only one? I think you need to watch the playback. Or maybe that's me. No worries, Luke, no worries. We'll get a raid launched as well, just in case anyone wants to hop along with that. I've just realised Temen's guy was the one who had all the drops, so he ain't coming back. So alright, I'm getting my rounds mixed up here. Alright, let's see who we can raid. We've got Lolinda and Pepito, both Spanish, I believe, so maybe not ideal from my audience. So the only other one really is RSG. So we'll launch a raid to that. I can't remember the prediction pen. So yeah, I'm going to say we'll launch a raid to RSG. Alright, quick thank yous, just to make sure I don't forget anything. Pen with the 100 bits at the start, thank you very much, Pen. Kit with the resub, thank you very much, 31 months now. We've had Starset with the resub, that's 23 months, so thank you very much, Starset. And yeah, that is... Oh, and we had the raid from Trevor Boy, I missed that one. Alright, so, should be back Thursday. I say should, we will. Don't know if I'll try and pop up and do something in the meantime, because it is like the off week, so it'd be nice to do something non-Swagger related if we've got time. So yeah, keep an eye out. Maybe I'll do some Marvel Snap tomorrow or Wednesday, just for the fact that it's a new season there. So, until then, see you folks. Bye for now.